Welcome back, you guys. Today I have a Dazzled or Disappointed for you on the Anastasia Norvina palette, something you have seen already so many times, but I do want to give you the Dazzled or Disappointed just so that you know how I feel about this palette, given that I love pretty much all of the other Anastasia palettes. So if you are interested in seeing swatches, details, how this performed on my eyes, I am wearing it today, then just stay tuned and we'll go through it together. Before we get into details of the palette, let me go ahead and give you details or description from the Anastasia website. It does say that it is an essential 14 shade eyeshadow palette featuring Norvina's go-to shades, ranging from bold and bright mattes to soft pastel shimmers, full pigment, easy to blend formula, duochrome and metallic pigments, luxe packaging including a large mirror and double-ended brush, which of course you know all of the Anastasia palettes to have, and you do get the 14 eyeshadow shades. A little bit of extra detail is that, so currently it is only available on the Anastasia website. It will be coming to Ulta's website on July 29th, Ulta stores August 5th, Sephora, Macy's, Dillard's, Nordstrom, and Sephora Inside JCPenney on August 7th. Launches in all US retail stores on August 17th, and then international retail is August 8th. So, a lot of dates there, but if you're looking more towards purchasing in store, then that's what you're working with right there. So, let's see. The box comes like this. You already know, you've already seen this. This is the pastel purple packaging. I have been like in love with pastel pinks and purples ever since Kelly Osbourne did the lilac color hair back when she did her matte collection. I have just loved that shade ever since then. So when you've got like a pastel purple and you pair it with a pink like Norvina's hair, I mean, for me, it's like everything. It's like cotton candy, unicorn amazingness. It's just, I don't know, I love it. There's something about it that's very feminine, very girly, and I am here for it. So the back of the box does say it's Norvina's go-to eyeshadow palette featuring 14 whimsical shades ranging from bold and bright mattes to soft pastel shimmers, which we already read. She says, I have always wanted to create a palette that embodies my spirit. I'm a dreamer at heart and get lost in my own fantasy world daily. It's a whimsical place that leaves you feeling carefree. If I had to explain how these colors made me feel, I would say happy. And I would second that. So you do get 0.71 grams of product, 0.02 ounces each pan of product. And let's see, dermatologist tested, and the brush is made in PRC, which I think usually they are, and the actual eyeshadows are made in USA. So that covers that. It is cruelty-free, which a lot of y'all appreciate, myself included. And then you've got the palette on the inside, which matches the shade and the whole basically look of the box. The outer is that felt, or not felt, but that kind of, what is this exactly? Velvet, maybe? Anyways, it is the same type of material as the soft glam, as the modern renaissance, as the subculture. And so that is apparently the theme that they're going with ongoing, the soft prism. You open this bad boy up, you do have your typical mirror on the inside. They usually come like that. They usually bend all the way back. You have the double-ended brush on the inside, which has your blending side as well as the side to pack on your lid shades. I typically don't use them, but they're decent brushes. If you're in a pinch or if you are traveling and are trying to take minimal products with you, then it's kind of nice that it's in there. I just tend to not use it. So this is what this bad boy looks like. I will bring you in here in a second. The top row consists only of your metallic shimmery shades, and the bottom row is more your mattes, although there are about 3 that seem to have some sparkle in them, though when I wear them they go on matte. I feel like it's those Too Faced shades that are pretty matte that have that sparkle that just fall out once you're applying it to your eye. Anyways, here's what this bad boy looks like up close. So your top row and your bottom row, and those of you who know me know that the top row is my jam. It's what I am all about. I could use metallic shades and nothing else, and I'd be happy with that. So, I'm wearing it on my eyes today. Let me first take you in through swatches, as is the norm. Then we'll go into an up close of my eye look for today, and then I will give you my thoughts. So let me grab these swatches and I'll be right back. For the first four, we have Dreamer, Summer, Wild Child, and Rose Gold. And that's what those look like. Those are one swipe swatches, and I am going to tell you, I hardly put my finger in the pan of product. I literally just grazed the top of that eyeshadow pan and got quite a bit of pigment, as you can see. The next four we have are Celestial, Dazzling, Drama, and Base. So with Base, we are getting into that row of more matte shades, and that is like a bone type of shade that you can use either to set your eyeshadow primer as your brow bone highlight, something along those lines. Those are the shades I typically don't get as much use of, but I do know that a lot of people appreciate having those in an eyeshadow palette. So it's kind of nice that she did put that in there, which it would make sense given the theme, like the whimsical theme of this palette. Next up we have Soul, Incense, Love, and Volatile. And that's what those look like right there. Super pastel, just like the description says. Really, really soft, feminine shades. Okay, for the last two, we've got Eccentric and Passion. And these were the only two that I was kind of like, they're almost like fall colors, so they were kind of out of place for me. But that's what those look like right there. You can pair them with all of the other things in this, or all of the other shades in this palette. It's just that you've got very whimsical pastel types of shades, and then all of a sudden you've got a couple of fall type shades, which is totally fine. I just, that one threw me for a loop there. So, okay, now that we've gone through swatches, let me go ahead and zoom you into my eyes today. I will tell you what I am wearing, and that way you have an idea of that. So, let's go ahead and start with the crease. Okay, for the crease, we've got Love, which is the pastel pink, all over the lid. Okay, let me pause for a second. If you are new to my channel, I don't do super complex and super complicated. I like to keep it semi-quick, pretty easy, to where it still looks really good, but with the minimal amount of complexity. So I'm not one that's going to use 6, 7, 8 shades for one eye look. I will typically use 4, maybe on the high end 5. So just keeping you aware of that. I've got Love in the crease right there. I love using like pastel-y shades in my crease. I feel like it just makes your look a little bit more out of the ordinary, just really, really pretty. So I've got that in the crease right there, and then I've got Drama, which is the darkest purpley shade, all over the lid. On top of that, just in the center of the lid, I grabbed a little bit with a finger and grabbed Dazzling right there, and just popped a little bit just to kind of make the eye look pop so that it wouldn't be so dark for this look. And then on the lower lash line, I do have Soul. And then on the brow bone and inner corner, I have Dreamer. And that's what I've got going on, and I'm very, very happy with it. So let me zoom you in real quick, as I can see that I've got like a piece of hair totally sticking out. Do any of you have that problem ever where you've got like the little hairs that just bing? All right, let me zoom you in just a little bit more. Okay, so we've got Love in the crease, all over the lid. We've got Drama, which I think is the perfect name. It's the type of shade I would think for drama, you know? Dark and just kind of seething maybe. And then on the middle portion of the lid, I have Dazzling. Just pop that on with my finger. Really, really light. I didn't go heavy with that. Lower lash line is Soul, which is that pastel purple. Inner corner and brow bone is Dreamer. And that's that. On the waterline, I just have a NARS kind of creamy shade on that. And then I did tightline with just some Tarte black liner, and that's what we've got going on right there. That's the eye look for today. So let me zoom you out real quick and let me tell you what I think about this palette. Now, I will just, if you're new to my channel, it's very rare that I'm disappointed with that Anastasia palette. Usually they are right up my alley. They meet every need and expectation of mine. And so I'm going to first say that each and every one of these shades that I have used so far have blended seamlessly, effortlessly, and it's always nice when you don't have to put in a whole lot of work into your eyeshadow look, you know, because then you get that frustration and you're like, oh my gosh. Now I'm going to take a step back and also say that the subculture to most was one of those, that it created a lot of work, it was very frustrating, and had quite a bit of fallout. What I still to this day don't understand is I find that a lot of these mattes have that same kick up. Why so much backlash on the subculture when I find that most of the palettes have that same issue? I don't know. Whatever. But my thing is that you still get a lot of kick up. Even if you go in gentle with a blending brush, you get a lot of kick up. I had quite a bit on Love. I had to blow it off because it was like sitting there in a pile. I'm okay with that. That's never a deal breaker for me. I'm also going to tell you, I went in with foundation after my eye look, which I don't typically do, but I did it in case there would be a lot of fallout. And I'm going to tell you that I could have done my foundation first because I had absolutely no fallout on my face. The times that I have used this, I have not had any fallout whatsoever. The times that I've gone in with my foundation first, you know, I've kind of used just a couple of shades here and there. I haven't really done full eye looks until today, and I still didn't have that issue. But today I was like, okay, let me do my foundation after the eye look, and that way, if need be, you know, nothing on my face. So you have an incredible amount of kick up here. You don't have any fallout here. Kick up is not a deal breaker for me. If the shades are beautiful and perform well aside from that, then to me it's like, hey, you know, I mean, it's powder. It's a powder product. So let me also tell you, 3 of the 7 shades down here on the matte row do have that sparkle kind of thing I was telling you. It's Base, Soul, and Love. They have, like, if you look at it in the pan, little flecks, kind of like the Too Faced again, the type that if you grab it and pack it on the lid, it looks matte because at that point all the little sparkles have fallen down. So to me, they're a matte shade. Even though they do have that little bit of sparkle in the pan, to me that whole row is a matte row. But technically there are like 4 that just appear to be flat mattes in there. So the shimmer, the metallic shades, you remember the Soft Prism palette, how soft and buttery those metallic shades were? This is along those same lines. I hardly have to put my finger in the pan to get an insane amount of product. It looks drenched, it looks metallic, it looks wet, and it applies that same way to the eyelid. Because you know how sometimes you'll grab that pigment and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing, and it swatches beautifully, but then when you put it on the eyelid, something gets lost in translation, and I have not had that problem with this palette. It goes onto the lid as beautifully as when you swatch it, as when you grab it on your finger. So if you are into those metallic type shades, this will be right up your alley. The only thing I'm going to say, for those of you who might have sensitive eyes, who may be contact lens wearers, I know the box says it's dermatologist tested. Okay. Not ophthalmologist, dermatologist. The one thing that I have noticed is when I do my inner corner, my eye burns a little bit, and I've never had that happen with an eyeshadow, so I'm not sure what the deal is with that. It wasn't enough to make me want to stop putting it on the inner corner or anything like that, but I do wear contact lenses. It could also be, I mean, I don't know if my eyes are sensitive these days. I really haven't had issues with other palettes that I've been using recently, so I don't know. That's, again, the first time that's happened, and I have encountered that with this palette. Aside from that, that is my only, that's not even a gripe or complaint. That's just, I mean, that's something that is not a deal breaker for me, but just letting you know that. But this one is a Dazzled for me. I expected no less. I didn't think it would be a disappointed, but you never know. When you're really hyped up for something and like they have been releasing hit after hit after hit for you, and you're like, yes, they can do no wrong, and then when there's something that's truly disappointed, it's really heartbreaking, as shallow as that may seem. But this one just met every one of my expectations, as beautiful as I expected it to be. I will also tell you that the Anastasia website is actually, I love ordering from them. They're quick to ship out, they're quick to get it to you. And let me show you something real quick from the Anastasia website. So I ordered mine the day it released, which I can't remember. Was it that Tuesday? Anyways, and I did not select the 2-day shipping. It was going to be an extra $6. You get free shipping on the palette if you order standard shipping, and it's $6 if you want to go 2-day. And honestly, I received it on the 3rd day from the date I ordered it. So honestly, for like, I didn't pay the $6 and I just got it a day after what I would have. So I was actually really happy with that. I thought, okay, I'm glad I didn't pay for shipping then because it came in really quickly anyways. It's really hard to find a brand that will get you your product really quickly. I will also say, because those of you who follow me on Instagram know that I just have been really frustrated because sometimes Sephora just doesn't pack stuff well, not as well as they used to, and with products being so soft now, they break in transit. Even if your Rouge and Get the 2-day, it arrives to me broken. And so most recently the Pat McGrath highlighting palette, the middle shade, I'm going to be able to maybe get a couple of uses out of it, and I'm going to have to throw it out because it's just so broken that it's really hard to pick up product. So that being said, Anastasia knows how to pack their stuff right. It comes in a small little compact box. It comes all packed really tightly, really safe. So that's that. I did not pick up the lipstick. It's darker than what I had wanted it to be. Those types of dark purples tend to make my teeth look really yellow, and I just wasn't feeling it at this time. Maybe once it hits Sephora, then kind of rethink that. Another thing I do want to pick up that was part of this launch, but I did not get with this launch, that I thought, okay, once it gets to Sephora and I have that return flexibility, which I know you have that with Anastasia too, it's just easier if you can just run something back to the store, are those glitter glosses. Those look so incredible, but I'm going to wait till those hit the store until I can pick those up and kind of test them out and see. I like a ton of glitter, so that's why I'm on hold for that. But Dazzled, this thing is so amazing. If you're on the fence, don't be. Pick this thing up especially if you like the metallic type of formula that Anastasia does. And if you like pastels, it's the perfect palette. I couldn't have asked for anything more. Absolutely love it. I am going to have so much fun getting use out of this one. Alright guys, before I let you go, I need to give you the verse of the day. Today's comes from Psalm 30, verses 11 and 12, and it says, "You turned my wailing into dancing, you removed my sackcloth and clothed me with joy, that my heart may sing to you and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give you thanks forever." Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful, beneficial, maybe even a little entertaining. If you are new to my channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing. No pressure, but I'd love to have you on this journey with me as part of this YouTube family. Guys, take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.